So she like, Army, Marines, nope, we're going to put you in the Navy or Air Force. So she was the one to convince me in the Navy because she wanted me to be safe, technically, right? So when I told her I was being a SEAL and gave her the idea what the SEALs does, and she was like, hell no, boy, you ain't doing that. You don't need to do that, blah, 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 blah. So she was not with it at all. And then when I quit the first time, her answer was, see, it's all good. Now you just go back and doing something regular. And she was happy that I was that shit. And then when I told her I was going back and I got a pool, she was like, boy, I don't know why you going that. I don't know why you doing that. I don't know why you going back into that. You need to just go ahead and do what you're supposed to do and just get out. That was a clear sign that that's not for you. She was trying to use that as the way to get me not to do that shit.
Yeah, yeah. But you had that. It sounds like you had, at this point, you were like, man, I got this burning desire to do this and I'm going to do it.
I did, man, because I knew where I come from. And anyone that I grew up in, anyone that knew me growing up, there is not one person that can say they've done something like this. This is the clear, like, to us, my environment growing up, you know, the next best thing is being a professional athlete, honestly. You know, so being a Navy SEAL is right up there, right? So if I can do this, something that's completely out of my wheelhouse, something out of my life cycle of training and sports and activities, all that stuff, it would be huge for one, my grandmother and my kids, right? Because they were always the forefront of making them happy, you know, making them show that I can be something more. And then all my friends, families who were there supporting me growing up in high school, all of them would be there, be like, man, he did this.
Yeah,
only people I'm from has ever even met a Navy SEAL. Nobody, right? So I can be that difference. What we talked about, right? Change that stigma. Disciple people who grew up in my life and be something more. So I was that was the major thing that I wanted to do this. I got to be more, to include, right? I wanted to have something that directly affected the war, right? I really wanted to be that. But the inspiration and the why was to be something greater than what I grew up in.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I love how your mindset is shifting to like really show up for yourself and for your family now, and just like go to this place that, like you're saying, nobody's ever been in the family.
Yep. And I did it, man. And then I got approved. I went back in. Funny thing is, I get right back to hell we could get. Same thing happens. Coming out on Tuesday morning, 1 a.m., just got finished eating, and we just got the bolts back on our head. And the same doubt comes back in. I can see the lights again. I mean, the same scenario. It was like meant to be like a purpose of life for me to be in that same exact situation. See that, thoughts came back in my head again, I'm tired. And we got the bolt in our head, bolt's heavy, and I'm like, we're about to start running. And my mind is like, hey man, you can go back over there, man, and you sit and dip and you try. I mean, at the end of the day, you didn't quit before Hell Week.
Yeah.
You quit in the worst part of training. You quit during the worst part of training. Who can knock you for that, right? Who can knock you for that? Nobody else.
Wow, man. Yeah, the mind. Oh my God.
The mind hit me again, man. We started to run, and right when we started to run, I kid you not, it was like, just as we started to move with the bolts in the head, it was like, oh, just walk out from underneath this boat and go ring out. And the thing that got me was I thought about everyone I would let down again. My grandmother and my kids. And I didn't want to let them down. Of course, grandma didn't want me to do it anyway, but I knew how proud she would be if I finished this and became something bigger and greater, right? And my kids, even though they were young, they would understand later how big this was.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So I just kept running, and I broke through that barrier, that wall again that came up to try to stop me from achieving something important to me, and I pushed through that wall and got through it.